Lo, 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 Andres Iniesta. Lo, 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 Andres Iniesta. Lo, 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 Andres Iniesta. I think I'm live. I just gotta double check. Alright, so we are live. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Again, a lot of news to discuss. I don't know why these past few days has been, stories left, right, and center, but there is, and let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Firstly, of course, we'll talk about the manager. Coming from Mr. Romano, he said that Ronald Koeman's future is seriously in danger, and Barcelona and Laporta are looking for a new manager. The president will decide in the next few days. Of course, in the next few days, there will be a meeting. Mundo Deportivo come out saying that Laporta and Koeman will have a meeting next week scheduled. That should be the final one and decide on the coach's continuation, should it be clear. However, Barcelona can't be without a coach. If Ronald Koeman or if Laporta fires Koeman, and then he must decide the successor as soon as possible. And right now, Xavi is not a priority, which is to be expected. We talked about that in yesterday's video, so you guys want to know more about Xavi, you can go check that out. The man that's been rumored a lot over the past 24 hours is Hansi Flick. First, he's coming in from Brack 1, saying that Hansi Flick is the number one candidate to become the Barcelona coach. Juan Laporta has already contacted him, and he has been, he has received that contact. Flick has nothing agreed with the German national team yet, so it's still a bit open for Hansi Flick. Alfredo Martinez came out saying that there's a lot of information and many names, but it is true that the name Hansi Flick has bursted onto the great force and it's possible for the FC Barcelona. So Hansi Flick is definitely an option available right now. Berlin came out saying that Barcelona are very interested in hiring Hansi Flick, and so are other top European clubs, including Juventus, but nothing has changed in Flick's plans. When the final details are resolved, he will succeed Löw in the German national team. So again, it looks like he, a bit far away from Barcelona. beIN Sports have come out saying, there you go, beIN Sports have come out saying that Hansi Flick is far away from Barcelona at the current moment. It does look like he'll probably most likely join the national team. And Christian Volk, who is very, very good in Germany, a top source, he's come out saying that Hansi Flick will not be the Barcelona coach. He will be the coach of the German national team after the Euros. So again, looking a bit far away for Hansi Flick. Again, Sky Germany have come out saying, according to our information, it is difficult for Hansi Flick to reject the offer from the German national team. The coach is holding concrete talks with the German National Coach Association after the Euros, and it will be officially announced in the not too far away to an agreement. So it looks like Hansi Flick is definitely going to be joining the German national team and not coming to Barcelona. But there are reports coming out saying that the German style to Barcelona is what Barcelona want to appoint. Juan Laporta loves the new German style that's coming out. In addition to Hansi Flick coming to Barcelona, he also wants Jurgen Klopp as well. So Jurgen Klopp, I believe, has a contract at Liverpool until 2024, and he did say that after that contract, he's most likely going to leave. So he could be an option for Barcelona in the future. But right now, I think both of these options are pretty far away. And of course, one of the big names over the past few days has been Xavi and Andrew Polo from Mundo Deportivo, who is a very, very close friend of Xavi. He's come out saying that right now Xavi is not an option for Barcelona at the moment, and no one has spoken to him from Barcelona. So again, pretty quiet on Xavi, but there has been a rumor coming out this morning, which when I read this, I could not believe my eyes. Mundo Deportivo coming out saying that the name Frank Rijkaard is on the table to replace Ronald Koeman as the new manager. Rijkaard is also was the Barcelona coach back in 2003 under Juan Laporta, and he's highly valued. He's highly valued, important by the players in the locker room. But he's not coached a day in his. He has not coached since 2013 when he was the coach of the Saudi Arabian national team. So I think that's quite difficult for that to happen. And again, this match situation is, getting very intense. I think right now, Koeman is more likely to stay. I wouldn't, if it's between, Rijkaard and Koeman, I'd keep Koeman. He's already in the squad. You don't want to, pay $8 million to, sack him, then bring in Rijkaard. I think, I think Rijkaard just from the media just trying to stir things up just to make it interesting. But on Hansi Flick, I think he's probably the best available manager on the market right now. But again, he didn't leave Bayern Munich because he knows that he's going to be going to the German national team after Joachim Löw does the Euros. So again, it's either Koeman or Xavi, but Juan Laporta doesn't really fancy Xavi at the moment. So wait and see what happens with the match situation. We'll have to wait until we'll have the press conference tomorrow for Ronald Koeman. He'll talk to the press, and then after the Eibar game, they'll have that meeting, and then we'll have more, concrete information. So we'll wait and see on that. But we do now need to talk about Messi's contract renewal. We have some positive news about that. Firstly, coming in from beIN Sports, that Messi wants to stay at Barcelona. This has always been his priority, but he also wants a successful sporting project. He's just waiting for Juan Laporta to make this initial move. So Messi wants to stay, but Messi wants a sporting project. Those sporting project he will leave without a doubt. Well, a proper sporting project, of course. Mundo Deportivo come out saying that the Barcelona board is confident that Lionel Messi will renew. They think that it would be a great surprise if he left, but admit that PSG are still a threat. Messi would take a huge wage cut, but his priority again is the sporting project. So Messi has no problem taking a wage cut. He just wants a strong sporting project for the future. Again, they go on to say that the great sporting priority of Joan Laporta and its board is the contract of renewal of Leo Messi. So that's a priority right now. The board is the signing of Leo Messi. Messi's game on the pitch is his best attribute, but at the market sponsorship level, he also has the most profiled player, of course, best player in the world. After Laporta won the election, he met with Leo Messi after lunch, and he made it clear that his continuation is their priority. The president also met with Jorge Messi, Messi's father, and his agent, and explained the details of the contract. The contract proposal consists of a 2-year deal with Barcelona to reduce his wages. After that, Messi will play in the MLS, and then return to Barcelona would be a guarantee of some kind of role within the sporting structure. So that's how it was being rumored: 2 years plus 1 year in Miami. They also go on to say that these are the structures of the deal, and Messi would be committed to that. And he's also, of course, confident that Messi's going to stay. But again, PSG remains a big threat, and Leonardo said that they have a chance of signing Messi on a free. Neymar has already renewed with PSG, but if Mbappe leaves, they will go for a top player. For Messi's environment, they said the priority is above to listen to Barcelona. If not present a good offer to Barcelona don't present a good offer to them, they will be looking for other alternatives. Again, they've also come out saying that Lionel Messi prioritizes the sporting project over anything else. He wants to know what Haaland and Laporta will offer him before making his decision. It's not ruled out that Messi could take his time and even after the Copa America to decide his future. I think that's very, very long. I think that's a bit risky. But there are reports coming out saying the board is optimistic about the renewal of Leo Messi, but the players' entourage are not so much optimistic. So we're getting mixed reports. And also, it's been announced yesterday that Messi will be doing an interview on Saturday with Ole, which kind of sucks for me as the content creator because he's gonna have the game that day and a Messi interview. So we'll see what he says with that. There's nothing currently coming out that he's gonna announce something big like, oh, I'm gonna stay at Barcelona or I'm gonna leave. It's sounding like it's gonna be a simple interview, how's life, all that sort of stuff. But that's now 3 Messi interviews this season, which is more than we've ever expected throughout this whole entire season. So yep, Saturday there will be an interview with Messi with the TV company Ole. And again, it's down to Joan Laporta in order to keep Leo Messi. We all know now that his priority is to keep Messi. Haaland is not possible anymore. He's, priced out of it. The priority at the moment is, getting Messi tied down to a good contract. 2 years plus 1 in Miami. Reduced wage in those 2 years at Barcelona. Then when he goes to Miami, he'll also get paid, the amount that he didn't get paid for those 2 years. And then after that, he will be given a role in the sporting structure of Barcelona. Of course, Messi said that he doesn't want to be a coach, so we all know that's not going to happen. He could be a director of football somewhere around the club, but that's what they're planning on for sure at the moment. So wait and see, but this is going to be the big story over the summer, Messi's contract renewal. And again, he's going to be free in about a month's time or so, so we're going to have to, get this tied down as soon as possible, hopefully before the Copa America. If not, I would be a little bit worried for sure. And now let's talk about this Antoine Griezmann Joao Felix swap. Again, coming in from Mundo Deportivo, they're coming out saying that Barca will be delighted with the possible swap deal at Atletico Madrid involving Antoine Griezmann and Joao Felix. Joao Felix is 9 years younger and has 3 times less salary than Antoine Griezmann. But again, reports are coming out saying that Atletico Madrid considers Joao Felix as non-transferable. They see Felix and Griezmann swap impossible, especially due to the Frenchman's high salary. And Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Barcelona are open to selling Antoine Griezmann if they receive any good offers, which is completely understandable. And PSG are not among the clubs interested in Antoine Griezmann at the moment, which we all thought was, French. It, makes sense that they're not interested at the moment. And again, he's also come out saying that Antoine Griezmann is a player who is not considered untouchable right now. Barcelona are not desperate to sell him, but they would like to consider. They would of course consider a big offer if it arrives. And Griezmann does not prefer going to PSG. He prefers to go to the Premier League if he were to leave. But there are some reports coming in from sports saying that Juventus will go for Antoine Griezmann if Cristiano Ronaldo decides to leave the club this summer. The Italian think that Antoine Griezmann will fill the void perfectly and pay his entire salary, which is quite big, paying his whole entire salary, which, in terms of Ronaldo is not that much. But again, Juventus are going to be interested in Antoine Griezmann if Ronaldo leaves Juventus. Again, this swap deal for me, of course, for Barcelona would be the benefit. You get a younger version of Antoine Griezmann on 3 times less money, so it makes sense for Barcelona to do it. But it doesn't make sense for Atletico Madrid to do it. So that's why I see this deal not happening whatsoever. In Barcelona, they're saying, look, if the offer comes to the table, we're going to take it for sure. Atletico Madrid saying, look, that offer is not going to come anytime soon. So this has been quite a dead rumor. It's come in from like a small source and been erupted a little bit. But again, I don't see this happening this summer or next or the summer after that. Now let's talk about the 2 players who are definitely going to be coming to Barcelona in about a month or so, and those are Sergio Aguero and Memphis Depay. Fabrizio Romano came out yesterday in his podcast saying that Barcelona are confident of signing both Sergio Aguero and Memphis Depay. They will decide at the end of the season whether they're not to sign both of them or only one of them. He's also come out saying on more specifically on Depay, saying that Barcelona they're not talking directly with Memphis Depay and his agents. Barcelona needs to negotiate with his new lawyers now. Details are almost very similar. They're offering him a 2 or 3 year contract. So a pretty short contract for Memphis Depay. And again, Mundo Deportivo come out saying that the arrival of Depay and Ronaldo does not depend on Ronald Koeman's continuation. There are requests from Ronald Koeman, but they're both on a free deal. Barcelona is interested in their profile and their experience. News is expected before the Euros. We all know Euro starts beginning of June. So we should be hearing a lot of news can be confirmed to Barcelona for sure. Depay, Aguero, Garcia, maybe even Emerson as well. So look out for that. Coutinho have come out saying that FC Barcelona have sealed the signing of Sergio Aguero for next season. His salary will be 5 years, and he could be presented at the Camp Nou on June the 5th. So Coutinho are saying that we could present Aguero as a Barcelona player before he goes to the Copa America, which is very, very interesting. And again, all the news about Aguero being a done deal is flying in. They've also come out saying that Sergio Aguero will be presented as a new Barcelona player in June. Aguero's salary will be $5 million per year, which is, by the way, an absolute bargain for his quality of a player for a 2-year deal. Again, they've also come out saying that according to Aguero's environment, Messi will continue at Barcelona. They ensure that Messi's continuation seems clear, although it's not given in his final decision quite yet. So again, Aguero's coming in because he knows that Messi's pretty much going to stay. If Messi wasn't at Barcelona, would he join? Possibly, but of course that Messi factor will, make him, sign the deal straight away. And Sport came out last night saying that there's a total agreement between Barcelona and Aguero, and he will sign a 2-year contract with a reduced salary, which is being reported as $5 million. I'm hearing some people saying $7 million, so we'll say, for example, $5 to $7 million, which again is an absolute bargain. That's nearly half his wage currently at Manchester City. And Demarcio, who's very, very reliable as well, come out saying that Aguero and Barcelona are very close to reaching an agreement for a 2-year contract. So you have Aguero coming in on a 2-year deal. You have Memphis Depay also coming in on a 2 or 3 year deal. So very, very good moves from Barcelona. And Mateo Morita from Sky Sports, again, very, very reliable as well. He's come out saying that the arrival of Sergio Aguero pleases Leo Messi very much, who is right now is simply planning to stay at Barcelona. So that's some positive news there. Very, very reliable. So saying that he thinks that Messi is going to be staying at Barcelona. And Mundo Deportivo has also come out saying that Aguero is expected to arrive in Barcelona on May the 30th, undergo his medical checks, and sign his contract on May the 31st. But his presentation will be postponed as Aguero will travel to Argentina soon afterwards. So some reports saying he's going to be presented for the Copa America. Some are saying he's not. We'll wait and see on that. We all know for sure that it's going to be announced before he goes to Copa America. Would they do a little video or whatever? We'll wait and see what happens. But Lords from ESPN also come out saying that Barcelona are finalizing the details to sign Sergio Aguero for the next 2 seasons. The contract is not closed yet, but it's going to... But it's going wrong. But if nothing goes wrong with Aguero, he will arrive after the Champions League final. So we all know that's the set date. Champions League final. It's just as soon as that happens, both of these deals will get announced. I feel like Barcelona, if they could, they would announce it now. Both the deals, Aguero and Depay, and maybe even Eric Garcia. They want to wait until the end of the season and then finalize all the deals. But I think right now, Eric Garcia and Aguero's are pretty much done deal, and Memphis Depay is almost. I think if Koeman leaves, they'll think about it a bit more. Maybe they'll offer him a 2 year instead of the 3 year. But if Koeman stays, they'll say, you know what, let's just sign him out a 3-year deal and bring him in. So I think that's the situation with Depay. So he's probably like, I'd say 95%, but Aguero and Eric Garcia from here, like 99.8% done deals. That's very, very good for Barcelona. But one player who won't be coming to Barcelona this summer is, of course, Erling Haaland, coming in from Cat Radios. And that Barcelona have ruled out the signing of Erling Haaland this summer. Due to the poor financial situation at the club, they can't even consider taking in a big signing like him, as they prioritize the renewal of Leo Messi. So simply, Barcelona can't afford Erling Haaland because they're going to spend most of that money on renewing Messi's contract, which I completely agree with, completely fair with me. If you want to, if Messi does leave, then you have to bring in Erling Haaland, but I think Messi will stay, so that's going to, you can't blame Laporta for that. It's either Messi or Haaland. We're all going to pick Messi every single day of the week, so that's fair enough. So, yeah, just like I mentioned, Erling Haaland is not going to be coming to Barcelona this summer. Again, since Dortmund secured Champions League qualification, it's not going to happen. Now, Dortmund are going to demand huge money. You're thinking 150 million just straight transfer fee, plus the bonus to his father, plus the bonus to his agent, plus for the bonus for him choosing Barcelona over all the other teams, plus the bonus because, he's, decent. It's going to be too much. We're thinking 200 million this summer. Next summer, it could be under 100 million. So definitely for sure, Erling Haaland this summer is not. I don't think he's going to leave for any club. I don't think any club can afford him. So he's going to be staying at Borussia Dortmund this summer. But a possibility of a player coming to Barcelona this summer is Isaac. Of course, coming in saying that among young forwards other than Haaland, Alexander Isaac is liked a lot by the Barcelona sporting structure. The most he has a release cost of 7 million euros, but could leave for around 40 million with the possibility of a player swap. So we've been hearing this a lot over the past few days. Barcelona are not Barcelona, but the sporting directors and the sporting structures of Barcelona really like Alexander Isaac. Of course, for me, if you bring in Isaac, you have to keep Henrik Larsson as one of the coaches. Sorry, because the Swedishness, the striker, help him develop a lot. So I think if you bring him in, you got to keep Henrik Larsson in the coaching staff. We'll wait and see what happens with that. But Barcelona are very interested in Alexander Isaac. That's quite evident now for sure. Another player that's been linked with Barcelona is Onana, the goalkeeper from Ajax, coming in from Mundo Deportivo, and the Barcelona bet on Riqui Puig to replace Neto, but they also maintain regular contract with Andre Onana. The option of Andre Onana is again on the table. His contract ends in 2022, but the problem is that he has been banned from football until February. So in case you guys don't know, he failed the drug test under Onana and got banned for 1 year. He can't even train with Ajax. He can't go to the facilities. He has to stay at home until at least February. Then he got banned last year, I believe, around the beginning of the season. So we'll wait and see what happens with this. It's 2022. If he's on a free deal, I would take him. I think he's a quality goalkeeper, but paying money for him, I think I'd rather bet on Riqui Puig. Again, some news are coming in about Emerson. It's coming in from sports, and that Emerson has took his exam to obtain a Spanish passport on Tuesday, and he won't occupy one of the non-EU spots, which I think is absolutely fantastic. If he did occupy one of those non-EU spots, I think Laporta would have considered selling him. But now that he doesn't, I think that's going to be bring him closer to Barcelona. He will do a preseason with Barcelona, and then they will decide. They'll make a decision on what they want to sell him or not. Barcelona play, and Emerson wants to play for Barcelona and challenge Des for that right back spot. Yes, please inject it in my veins. Keep this man Emerson at the club. I'm begging. I think he's so good. I don't understand why we want to sell him. But him again, not getting a Spanish passport and not obtaining one of those non-EU spots in the club, in the squad, I think it's making him, edging him closer to staying at Barcelona for sure. Sport have come out, by the way, talking about Lenglet, saying that Barcelona count on Lenglet as of now, but if anything interesting offer is received, they will study it. So again, Lenglet's going to be one of those players. If an offer, like similar to Griezmann, good offer comes in, they'll take it. If not, they're going to keep him. So, which is, respectable. On Dembele, Juan Martin also came out saying that Barcelona wanted to extend Ousmane Dembele's contract beyond 2022, but if agreement can't be reached by the end of July, the club will put him on the transfer market to prevent him from leaving for free next year. Again, reiteration, we all know this, Dembele has to sign a new contract this summer. If not, he will be sold 40 to 60 million, depending on what we get offered. And Pjanic has been linked with a move out. PSG and Chelsea are interested in Pjanic. The details of the process have not been discussed, but a loan idea may be attractive to these clubs. The player is unhappy at Barcelona and is already looking to leave. So there is a lot of interest coming in for Pjanic. We had Inter Milan. We talked about this a week ago. Chelsea's been a lot. PSG. So there are top clubs in for Pjanic, and a loan move could be the best option. Maybe a loan with an obligation to buy, or maybe a loan with the option to buy. I think, as long as we can just get him out of the door, I'm completely okay with it. Whether it's a loan, as long as they pay his whole entire salary, of course. But again, there is a lot of top clubs in the world interested in Pjanic, and with those top clubs being interested in him, it may push him to leave Barcelona because he has not played at all. This news might hurt a lot of you guys, but it's coming in from Marca, and they're saying that Nice will sign Joao on a permanent deal. They will activate that 8.5 million buyback clause, of course, plus 7 million in variables for the transfer. So like I said, as soon as we sent him out on loan with the buy option, we all knew that Nice were going to buy him. 8.5 million for his quality is an absolute bargain. Again, in the end, Barcelona going to be making a profit because we bought him for only 1 million, 1.5. Disappointing. I would have liked to see him at Barcelona. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of the Barcelona Kool-Aids absolutely love Todibo and think he's a quality player, and I agree with that. But again, we'll wait and see what happens. Someone saying in the chat, 40, 50 million for Griezmann. I would not do that whatsoever. I'm thinking minimum 60, 65. And then I'm looking for like 70, 75 because what he's done this season I think is absolutely fantastic. No loan on Pjanic, just sell. But again, if the loan's the only option, you got to take it because, you got to get rid of him at the end of the day. Another player that we're going to get rid of is, of course, Junior Firpo, coming in from Mundo Deportivo, saying that the new Olympic Marseille coach, Jorge Sampaio, of course, formerly known from Argentina, wants Junior Firpo. Inter Milan, AC Milan, Roma, Napoli from Italy, and West Ham from England have also shown interest in the left back. A lot of interest again, similar to Pjanic. Firpo has a lot of interest. We can definitely sell him for sure. There won't be no loan for him. A lot of clubs are interested in him, so that could be another player off the wage bill. And Sport have come out saying that Everton will try to sign Neto in the summer. Barcelona asking for 16 million for the goalkeeper, whose future is far away from the Camp Nou. To be honest, as long as we get 10 million for Neto, I'd be happy. I think 16 million is above and beyond. And again, Everton coming in for another Barcelona player. They took what, Luka Dean, Yerry Mina, Andre Gomes, and now they're coming in for Neto. Shout out to Everton. They're my club in England. They always do us well. So they're coming in for Neto. I think Neto would do well for them, to be honest. So they have Pickford and that Swedish goalkeeper, I think Olsen, something like that. So I think he'd do well. I think he'd challenge Pickford and definitely, help him out. And I think he'd do well for Everton, in my opinion. And again, another news coming in from Sport again, saying that Getafe are interested in signing Alenia on a permanent deal, who has done very well in his time on his loan deal. Barcelona want $8 million. That's absolutely dirt cheap for Alenia's quality. The Barcelona sporting management also want to receive a buyback option for the youngster. So they want to sell him for $8 million, 2 years, maybe 3 years, but they want to have a buyback option in there, which is going to be, of course, for a profit. So maybe a $15 million buyback option. They pay 8, so in the end, Barcelona lose out on 6. So wait and see. I think if you want to sell him, you have to include a buyback option. If he does well, you buy him back, similar to what happened with Denis Suarez. If not, you can let him go. I think that would be, I think that would be the best move. Again, we did that with Cucurella. We bought him back from Eibar, then we sold him on to Getafe. But again, I think Alenia is an absolute quality player. I think $8 million, by the way, for him is dirt cheap. So Getafe will probably do it. Wait and see what happens. They have survived in the league, so they will still be in La Liga. And again, he's on the thumbnail. Riqui Puig. Apparently, Juan Martin's come out saying that Barcelona don't rule out loaning Riqui Puig this summer. The club understands that without regular minutes, his value will decrease, of course. And the president, Frenkie de Jong, and Pedri makes it impossible for him to be a starter in the short term. So they are looking for a shout out to Juninho. So they are looking for a loan move for Riqui Puig. If I think if Ronald Koeman stays, I think Riqui Puig will can start to consider. I think right now he's thinking, nope, I want to stay. I'll be a bench player coming for Pedri if he gets injured, whatever. I want to play for the badge, which is absolutely fantastic. But I think for the better of his career, he should be looking. He should be not looking, but like snooping around a little bit for that loan move. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. I think I wouldn't loan him, man. He's just too good. And they're saying the president of de Jong and Pedri makes it impossible. He could easily get in for Pedri. Pedri has 2 bad games. Put in Riqui Puig. Like someone saying loan Puig to Bayern Munich or City, he wouldn't get game time at either of those teams. Maybe City because Pep will be like, yeah, I'll give you a chance here and there. I think Bayern Munich, I don't think he would get game time there. You have Goretzka, you have Kimmich, you have other players, Tolisso in the midfield. I think it would be difficult for him. I think it's easier for him to get into the Barcelona team without Koeman than in Bayern Munich. But we'll see what happens with him. I still think he'll stay whether or not Koeman is the manager or not. So now let's talk about the rebuilds. We all talked about this yesterday in the live stream. The rebuild is going to be starting next week, and it's in full operation, full flow. And boy, oh boy, are we expecting some massive changes. First, they can't read have come out saying that next week Barcelona will inform Ronald Koeman whether or not he'll continue or not. The current players will start receiving news about the future as well. Meanwhile, the arrival of Eric Garcia, Sergio Aguero, and Memphis Depay could be sealed. So next week, after the game against Eibar this weekend, oh my god, it's going to be absolutely huge. Now, Sport have come out with the dirty list. They've come out with this list. You can see it on the screen right now. They're saying that the only players that are considered untransferable at the moment are Messi, Frenkie de Jong, Ansu Fati, Ter Stegen, Ronaldo Araujo, Oscar Mingueza, Pedri, and Elias Riba. So as you can see in the column where Antoine Griezmann is, that means, sell them, try our best to sell them. You can see in that list, you see Riqui Puig in that list, and you see Griezmann in that list, which I could not believe my eyes when I saw both of them there. The one with PK is saying that restructure their contract or sell them. So these are the 4 players: PK, Alba, Busquets, Roberto. They want to renegotiate their contract, put them on lower wages. If not, they will sell. And the one with Lenglet is a doubt. So they don't know what to do with Dest, Lenglet, and Trincao. They're still considering what to do with the untouchables: Ter Stegen, Araujo, de Jong, Pedri, Ansu Fati, Elias, and Mingueza. And of course, renew Leo Messi. So quite an interesting list there from Sport. And they also came out saying this one as well. They said that Barcelona's current stance on the situation. They want PK, Alba, Busquets, Roberto to lower their wages or leave. Riqui Puig to leave on loan. And then this exit of Neto, Umtiti, Junior, Pjanic, Coutinho, Griezmann, Mateus, Braithwaite, and Dembele. I think Dembele is basically on the contract. Signed the contract, he stays. If not, he goes. But again, both of them having Antoine Griezmann on the chopping block, which I could not believe. But again, also they have Roberto in that lower wage salary. Instead of, straight leaving, they wanted to first lower his salary, which I think is quite weird. He only has 2 years less on his contract. Speaking about Roberto, there's news coming out today from Sport. The one who broke the news is not too reliable, but then Alberto Roque, backed it. He's come out saying that Barcelona does not have Sergio Roberto in their plans for next season and will try to sell him this summer, and his contract ends in 2022. So now the rumors are starting to creep in about us trying to sell Sergio Roberto, and we know he's not in our plans for the future. We'll wait and see what happens with that. But something also interesting that's come out is that Sport have done a vote with the Sochis. So if you don't know, the Sochis are the ones who own the club, the ones who are season ticket members. They've asked them to do a vote. They've asked the Sochis on which players they should keep and sell for next season, and the percent is down below. 95% of Sochis said Ter Stegen to stay. Said 80% does stay. 50-50 split on PK. 96% say Araujo stays. 49% say Busquets stays. I think that's quite low for what he's done this season. 26% Antoine Griezmann. So only 26% of them think he should stay, which is very, very low. I thought he did, fairly well this season. Again, Dembele 53%. I think that's quite low. Braithwaite at an all-time 7%, which is respectable. And Messi only at an 82%. So there's 18% of the socials who want Messi to leave, which I think is really, really weird. Like Ter Stegen and Araujo are higher than Messi, which is quite a shock. More players here. Pina 7%, respectable. Riqui Puig only 63. I should expect that to be higher. Neto 18% fair. Coutinho 7%. That's pretty fair. Long lid down at 25%, which respectable. Pedri 97%. I think that's the highest, tied with the highest. That's almost 15 more than Messi. 49% Trincao, 63% Jordi Alba. So out of Roberto, PK, and Busquets, he's like the most high voted, and Roberto's obviously the lowest. Mateus Fernandes 9%, which I think if you look Mateus Fernandes 9%, 54%. The Sochis would rather let go of Umtiti than Fernandes, which I think is these votes are really, really weird. Anyways, Roberto down at 23%, so he's the lowest out of the four captains, and PK, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Roberto. Of course, excluding Messi from that. They have De Jong at 97% along with Ansu Fati. So De Jong, Ansu, and Pedri are the top three that they want to keep the most. So that's quite interesting. Umtiti with the lowest in the whole entire squad with a 4%. Junior Firpo with a 12%. Mingueza with a 90% as well. And Elias Riba at a 93%. So these votes from the socials are quite weird. The one that surprised me the most, let's bring it back up. Leo Messi at 82%. I'm like, how is this not 82%? Let's see there's like a weird one here. Anyone else at like 90? So they'd rather keep Mingueza than keep Leo Messi, which I think is quite weird. But anyways, it makes sense. Maybe 33 wants to move on. Maybe they want to keep him for a few years, but not for like the long term. But again, these are the votes. You can go back and watch it again in the live stream. And ODL has come out saying that while comparing the players' salaries with other European clubs, with the result of that's been achieved, Mateo Amani found that Barcelona are the most expensive team with the worst results in comparison. So, at the top teams in the world that won all the trophies and pay the players the most, Barcelona are the worst. They win nothing, and they pay the most, which is absolutely unacceptable. Our wages, man. Thanks, Bartomeu, you freaking prick. It's just ridiculous. BS Sports have come out saying that Barcelona wants some of the players to not complain about their departure during the summer. It is true that they have, contracts, but Laporta will try to explain to them that the reason they find that out is to suit all the parties. So, while Laporta's a little bit worried that these players might give him fuss, like, PK, not PK, for example, Roberto. Either you sign this, crap contract or you leave. Like, no, I'm going to stay. I'm going to write down my contract, blah, blah, blah. So that's something they're worried about. They want to, make this a very, very smooth process. So again, we'll wait and see what happens with it. I think it's not going to be as smooth as Laporta thinks. I think there's going to be a lot of players saying, nope, I want to stay no matter what. Nope, I'll leave on a free. I don't care. That's something Laporta is worried about. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. And also, Ken Desir came out back in that statement as well, said that the heavyweights are worried about talking about another pay cut again and discussing another pay cut. This will be their third pay cut and that they see, and it's very, very difficult for them to take another pay cut. They don't understand why there's all this talk about Haaland-like signings and wage reduction. So again, the heavyweights in the club are, they don't want to reduce their wages again. They've already done it, 3 or 4 times already, so they don't want to really do it again. So it's going to be difficult again for Juan Laporta to do that. And again, and the man, we all trusted him. And Laporta, we trust. We all want him to become the president. He's going to have a big, big task. And make sure you guys subscribe. Starting next week, it's going to be the rebuild. You're going to hear a lot of rumors. Piqué's done. Roberto's done. Depay coming in. Garcia coming in. Messi renews. Roberto out. It's going to be a big, big next month. After the game against Eibar this weekend, strap your seatbelts. Next month is going to be absolutely crazy. But again, we all trust in this man, Juan Laporta. We all want him to become the president for a reason. And that concludes this live stream. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. And again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. It's going to be a huge, huge month, like I said, for Barcelona after this game against Eibar. I will do a match preview for that, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for that. It's going to be a very, very quick one. It shouldn't be too long. Just, lineups and press conference I want to cover because I want to cover that because it's going to be his first press conference after the Celta Vigo loss and, all these rumors coming about him being sacked in the past weeks. I want to react to that for sure. So I'll see you guys some more for that. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. Prepare yourselves, guys. We're gonna have a Messi interview on Saturday, game on Saturday. Then next week, the Operation Cleanup, Operation Rebuild begins. So again, subscribe down below. Love from Kosovo. Shout out to you guys in the chat for being here live. Appreciate all you guys. Again, get ready. It's gonna be a huge summer for Barcelona. So I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'll see you guys some more for that match preview for Eibar versus Barcelona, the final game of the season. Take care and Forza Barca.